everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Fingers Crossed.
Yep.
We've got, hopefully a fun one today. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Okay, well, before that, if you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't followed us, if you haven't rated us 5 stars any way you can, left a comment, anything like that, any engagement you can leave is hugely, hugely appreciated.
It's our preferred option, personally.
For sure, yeah. So, yeah, please do that if you can, if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, and think of it this way, it's good karma coming your way.
True.
Or not. I don't know. Try it and find out.
Okay. I don't think you know MJ Gray, do you?
No.
Great.
No, I did do a bit of Googling.
Yes.
After...
I gave you some homework.
She did. She gave me some homework. So I've Googled.
There's a bunch of internet controversies that have happened in the past week.
Yes.
Worth discussing.
Yeah, I know the bare basics of it all. Obviously, there's a lot of... Well, it could be nuance. I don't know.
Yeah, there is nuance for sure.
Yeah. But yes, MJ Gray.
MJ Gray. So if you're not familiar with her content, kind of like in the vein of Shira 7.
Absolutely.
Do you know Shira 7?
No.
You don't know Shira 7?
No. You're like rethinking friendship.
Not even that, but it's like...
Hold on, should I Google?
Shira 7 revolutionised feminism in the past 5 years.
Okay.
In some ways, almost normalising S-work.
Okay.
She calls herself a financial advisor, not a dating expert or whatever.
Oh.
But she basically, specifically her content is targeted at black women.
Okay.
Who historically have had really negative circumstances, have had bad circumstances, been taken advantage of. They're sort of like the most vulnerable group, specifically in America, in terms of dating and had the worst outcomes and stuff.
Yep.
So her content was about teaching them how to, almost getting an income off their husband.
Okay.
So that way they have that protection.
So it's sort of like the husband is the job.
Yeah, the husband is the job.
Okay.
The wife as your job.
Sure.
S-work.
Okay.
And basically, like, her opinion is that, like, all dating under patriarchy is S-work anyway. So this way it's just more deliberate. Yeah.
Are they aware that the women that are finding them and wanting to marry them, are they aware that this is what these women are doing?
I think if you're paying your girlfriend's bills, you're quite aware of the arrangement.
Okay.
Yeah. As in, like, these men understand that these women are with them for their money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because these men are with these women for their looks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically MJ Gray's spin on it was similar, except she was very anti-marriage, specifically. She put out multiple videos, like I remember seeing one saying that she would never get married because she thought it was basically like one of the only forms of slavery left. And largely that's true in many ways. A lot of women are, or most women are actually like taken advantage of and have worse health outcomes, worse life outcomes in marriage. That is true.
In comparison.
Yeah. But basically, like, her content was very much removed from emotion and love and basically seeing marriage as just really transactional. Yeah, and that she would never engage in it. Like, she would have boyfriends that paid for things, but she would never have marriage because she just saw that as, like, too much vulnerability. Like, women were making themselves vulnerable.
Okay.
And being taken advantage of.
Okay, all right.
Very specific about that.
Yep.
And then she also put out videos that were very anti-capitalist.
Ah.
Yeah. And making, like...
I mean, I can get on board with that.
Yep. So she made content about, like, how Chanel bags are not worth $5,000.
I mean, she's not incorrect there.
No, that's what I mean. So she won, like, she has like 500,000 followers on various platforms.
I feel like she's sort of misled people.
You can
yes and no.
You can think what you want to think.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of her content.
Okay.
I think she made some videos that like resonated with me. Like she was very feminist and like pro women. But personally, I would never marry a man for money. We've talked about this previously. I at no point in my life have I ever even factored a man into my finances. Ever.
No.
Never, ever.
No, neither, actually. Neither.
Yeah. But at the same time, I do understand why women would find it empowering, particularly if they've had, like, relationships where they've been just taken advantage of.
Yeah.
At least getting some good financial outcomes out of it. Yeah. I understand. You know, like, being compensated for that.
Yeah. Everyone's different.
Fair enough.
Etc.
And the thing is, like, we're talking about this as our, like, having our opinions and stuff. A lot of women, their entire plan in life was to get married and have kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, like, having a husband that pays for everything is the dream.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think, like, if you go into a relationship with that mutual understanding that, you know, I want to be the wife that stays at home, looks after the kids, and the guy wants to go to work, earn the money, do that. That's fine. I think if there's consent...
The only problem is, like, there's been so many middle-aged women, specifically, or older women, who have come out who were in those relationships, and they weren't making their own income.
Yep.
As in, like, Shira 7 and MJ Gray were both very specific. Like, you need to be making an income from your husband. Like, he needs to be giving you money that you put away or use to build your own businesses.
Okay.
In the meantime. Because the thing is, like, if you rely on a man as, like, your financial plan, he can just leave.
Yeah.
At any point, and then you're destitute.
Yes.
And that has happened to so many women, that it's kind of naive to just expect a man not to like fall out of love with you and then stop paying.
If you're not financially independent yourself.
Exactly. So like their entire like ethos was to build your own financial independence whilst being in partnership with a man.
Yep. I can get around that.
Like I would rather women be in a relationship where there's a man like paying for everything than hooking up with a guy off an app casually. You know, like I absolutely cannot stand on apps when men are like in travel mode.
What's travel mode?
As in like they're traveling and they're in town for a week and they try to hook up with girls. It's free S work.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So it's women monetizing their bodies, sure, but better to be monetized than just used, in my opinion. It's not something I would ever do. I wouldn't do that, but I also would never have a casual relationship, so irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair point in that regard. But yeah, actually, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's why this is like feminist.
Yeah.
But it's a branch of feminism.
It's sort of like if you're going to do it anyway, why don't get paid for it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like in their opinion, like particularly Shira 7, she sees all relationships as S work.
Oh.
Like she's quite a nihilistic view of it, but she's like under patriarchy, under capitalism, it's all S work. You know, whether your feelings are involved or not, it's all S work. You may as well be compensated. Because like her husband recently passed and she genuinely loved him, even though like she entered into the relationship purely from a financial point of view. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
And she has a bunch of criteria. Like it's like much more complex than I'm making it out. But like for me, I just find Shira hilarious. Like she's super, super, super funny. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so MJ Gray, what's happened recently? In last year, she got a boyfriend.
Yep.
And he specifically found her through her social media.
Oh, okay. So he was well aware of her content.
Exactly. Well aware of her content.
Okay.
He is wealthy and started sponsoring her lifestyle. And she started transitioning from being a sort of feminist creator, like commentating for women, etc., to like a luxury content creator and like showing like these hauls and like where they're traveling, like I'm going to Paris and look at all this stuff my boyfriend bought me.
Okay.
So a lot of people have been like, what's going on? And then also she recently announced that she's engaged. And this is someone who openly said that she would never ever get married. Like made that really clear.
Yeah, I looked at a couple of videos of hers and that was one of them where it basically was like, I never want to be married.
And like advocated against women getting married. Like the missing component of all of this is love. Like no one's factoring in love and emotions. Like for example, like firstly I would get married. I don't see it as like a losing deal because also I'm not someone who would let myself be taken advantage of easily. Oh yeah, so I would get married, but I would only ever get married to someone I loved. I fell in love with. And she kind of hasn't talked about that, but clearly that's what's happened. That she has been like so avoidant and removed emotionally from her relationships.
Yes.
That now she's fallen in love with someone.
It's completely different.
It's completely different. And also some people have said that she's kind of been love bombed. Like he's kind of like loaded her with presents and everything like that. And the other thing is that this happened recently.
Yeah, because apparently, like I read that they had only been together for 9 months.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So that's
pretty quick turnaround.
You know, but it raises some red flags.
Yep. So that, and then also, do you know the wizard Liz?
Oh.
Yeah, so the wizard Liz is someone who is also in this space, except a man found her through her social media, love bombed her, romanced her. She got pregnant. They were engaged. Oh no, I think they did get married. I think they eloped, and he was doing all the stops and everything, and then he cheated on her. And she immediately left, but she was like 6 months pregnant, decided to keep the baby. She's linked to him forever. Yeah.
That's rough.
And
that's real rough.
like we've seen this play out recently, so it's fresh in everyone's minds. This happened like last year or the year before.
Oh, okay. So people are sort of thinking that's linking with MJ Gray.
I guess so. And like it was so specific. Like this man found her through her content, did like everything by the book, what she wanted, everything what she wanted, and then turned around. Like it was about like catching the bird, you know,
Like catching the
it.
prey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it was very targeted.
Wow, okay.
So people are like, what's going on? Yeah. When she announced engagement and everything, like she's allowed to kind of change her mind.
Absolutely.
And grow as a person.
Absolutely. Everyone's allowed to change their mind. Yeah.
I guess the thing is that like everything that she's put out has been so black and white and leaving like no room for nuance.
No room for grey.
No, and been like so judgmental of other women. And then now she's like, no one judge me.
Yeah, I've sort of briefly dabbled into the MJ Gray controversy, but there was a few people who did raise like a few concerns. Sort of grifter was a word that came up.
A lot of people said
and
grifter,
a lot of people also said that she was possibly also, I would say, heartbroken could be a word to use because I don't know if I can.
Heartbroken.
Yeah, maybe abused.
Oh, she had a terrible childhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so
openly.
it's sort of one of those where you go sort of the extreme and go sort of like, no, I don't need anything. I don't need the world. I don't need blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And, yes, you are entitled to absolutely once you've healed and blah, blah, blah. And once you do find love, if that's what she's found.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's such a hard pivot.
Yes. The notion of not getting married and encouraging women not to get married, it's very unempathetic.
Yeah.
And it's like most women are not getting married for financial reasons. They're doing it because they love the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, it's really hard to just sort of have a blanket don't ever get married.
Yeah.
As well, because clearly from a historical perspective, that's not how people have worked.
No.
It's actually kind of uncommon for people to remain unmarried as they get older.
Yeah, true.
So I think it's more like educating, like if you are going to get married, maybe do X, Y, Z or think A, B, C.
I think and some of her content was like that. I think she did she was trying to educate women on how to like sort of get a better life and protect yourself,
yes,
etc.
like if you are going to do this, maybe consider.
Yeah, for sure. But just coming out and making these like bold statements.
Yeah, like I'm never going to get married.
Yeah, like not everyone is going to listen to the nuance. It's going to stay there for the entire video and hear
it's like
all the
people
context.
read the headline, they don't read the actual article.
That's been like the majority of the outcry. And then also her like claiming to be anti-capitalist, being very like left-wing, and then all of a sudden like luxury halls like every week, like now I'm in Paris, now I'm in this place, blah 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 blah. And she's always done travel content, but she clearly is drawn to a luxury lifestyle, and it's just very at odds as a society. Culturally, we've moved, but we're also moving away from that. Like,
yes,
that's sort of like the Kardashian era. If you're an astrology person, that's very like Pluto and Capricorn. Now we're in Pluto and Aquarius. It's like we're kind of rejecting capitalism. We're rejecting excess, overconsumption. Anyway, the times are changing, so it's quite out of touch.
Yeah.
Okay, so a website was discovered that had, it was like 60-something million hits in February.
62
million
I think
hits.
it was like 80 million at some point.
In March. Basically, it was a website instructing men how to R-word their partners. Like how to take advantage of them.
Yep.
It's a lot of people. It's significant and really sad that there's people gravitating to that content.
Yeah.
Really gross
actually
and disgusting.
seeking it out to try to do it to their partner.
Potentially.
Anyway,
so then Therapy Jeff comes out and is basically sympathetic towards men who have these impulses, as he says, and that there should be like a hotline for men to call like when they feel like, I'm just going to say it, raping their girlfriends.
I don't know him well enough to know what his intent was for that, but it didn't come across the way he probably may have hoped or intended.
The people were like, why the fuck would you think about that? When someone think of the rapists, you know?
A couple of things.
Yeah.
So...
Do go on.
Thank you. I mean, I sort of briefly discussed with you today, but I spoke with a friend of mine who has dealt with a lot of the people who would visit the sites, for example.
Yes.
And he basically has said these people are not redeemable. They're not the type of people that, get into therapy, work through all their issues and be like, oh, great, perfect, yeah, I won't do it, I won't do this, I won't do that. This is what they want to do, and they're trying to find a way to do it, basically.
Yeah.
These people that would potentially call the hotline, or the people that would go to this website, they're not self-aware enough to be like, oh, hey, like, these are things that I may want to do. I should go, like, talk to someone. It's usually once it's done, then they will be like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Interesting.
And, yeah, but basically a lot of the people that would go to this website, it's almost like they have to. It's like it's a inner or urge almost that they have to sort of have this type of behaviour.
Well, that's what you were saying. Like, that's what your friend was saying, that, like, basically it's like a compulsion.
Yes.
So, this is tricky because what Therapy Jeff was saying, these people had, like, almost, like, obsessive compulsive thoughts.
Yes.
But the thing about... But the thing about obsessive, like OCD thoughts is the whole point of them, like compulsive thoughts, is that they're in direct contrast to your personal character. Like, people will have like thoughts of like drowning their kids and stuff like that, and they would never ever act on them. Yes. It's things like that totally contradictory, and they're like, they're tortured by these thoughts. Like, that's what people go seek out therapy for. Whilst he's talking about rapists, who
don't.
Like they want to do these things.
Yeah, a
Like
lot of people.
that's not how that works.
Yeah, a lot of people were actually making that note that he was sort of conflating the two.
Yeah.
That people with OCD also visit this website when it's
not.
It's yes, completely unrelated.
Like your friend was talking about, basically like antisocial personality disorder, commonly known as sociopaths or psychopaths, depending on where they lie on the spectrum.
Yep.
There's an element to it that people have risk-taking behaviour. That's right. So
So that's sort of another element that they really enjoy, the risk-taking behaviour of this website.
the whole point of ASPD is they don't feel anything unless they are risk-taking.
Yeah.
Unless they are acting on their impulses. So there are impulses. It's not compulsive, but it's like you can choose to act on it. Like there are people with ASPD who would never be violent. You know, like there's a level of control. These people are giving into those thoughts, giving into those baser impulses.
Yeah, actually, my friend made a really good point, because a lot of these people do go into the military as well.
Okay.
Because they have...
Sure.
So they would be able to go into these places, do these really horrific things, and just feel nothing from it.
Yeah, but also like be given access to doing those things legally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess they can be useful. The problem
Yes.
is like when they're like, you know, particularly sadistic or whatever, and then take it too far.
Yes. And then also then you have a trained sadist. So, you know.
A trained armed sadist.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Yeah, because your friend is a male, I think he's missing a portion of this perspective, is that men are groomed into rape culture, as in men are taught from a young age to dehumanize women. And so...
Oh, yeah.
So I disagree with him personally. Like he's saying that it's only like this percentage of people that are like psychopaths, ASPD people, but I actually think that there's a portion of men who, if they hadn't been indoctrinated, had been taught to view women as human beings from a young age, they wouldn't gravitate to this content. Because a lot of them won't act on it, but they have these thoughts because they don't see women as people. And that's the thing, in our society, under patriarchy, women are not people. And rape culture, it's like so far reaching, it's not just rape. There's so many levels to it. I mean, I remember seeing a post the other day that a woman was in her car and she said that men who like have loud cars, like rev their engines, she's like, that's a form of rape culture. Because it's like they're imposing their presence on people like without consent. And it's like that minor, it's like that is a form of it.
Someone who was talking about men, how they get shamed also for being girly, being feminine.
Yep.
Like, don't be a girl, don't cry, don't like, you know, basically saying shamed out of being anything that's sent as sort of empathetic or feminine.
Yeah.
And so that's built in at such a young age as well. So it's sort of like if you do have any sort of feminine aspects, it's shameful. It's a bad thing.
Luke Bateman did a really great video on it. He was talking about like how men are groomed into a culture of silence.
Yes.
And submission.
Yes.
And so they can't, he worded it really beautifully, but he was talking about how women and children suffer, but it's the same one that costs men their own lives.
Yeah,
like
totally.
You know, it's like men have to deny a part of their humanity
Yes.
in order to, you know, exist as part of the patriarchy safely.
Be a man, inverted commas.
That's it, but it's like for their own safety.
Yes.
It's like they have to cooperate. And then eventually like men are isolated and so they take their own lives. Like that's why the rates are so high.
I guess because also they're so far removed from who they are that they sort of have lost that.
As children,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like so early.
So early.
It starts so early. It's like you have to figure out who you are.
It's pretty much as soon as you're born, basically.
Pretty much. I reposted this video the other day of this guy basically having a breakdown in his car, talking about how he grew up in a very patriarchal household. His father was super controlling, made him play football, and he has a lifelong injury in his back. He's in pain every day for this sport he didn't even care about. He didn't want to play it.
Yes, yep.
And then he has a young son, and he was talking about how his son is just pure. Like kids are pure. Like there's no difference between them.
I know.
Everything. And he was like, how do men get so fucked up? Like they start out pure. Like we're all just people.
Yeah.
And then men get indoctrinated into this system.
It is real bizarre because, like, even now as an adult, and I look at young kids, and I there's not even an inkling in my mind of like, oh my God, that boy just showed a bit of empathy or some sort of a feminine trait, and I'm like, got to get that out of him.
It's so sad. But the thing is, like, what breaks it is self-awareness.
Yes.
That's how you can get out of it.
Yes.
It's like you become aware of the system.
You know what? Actually, I saw a video of someone explaining a lot of the issues that are going on. Basically said, like, it didn't just happen overnight. It's happened over, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of years. It's not going to be...
10,000 years.
10,000 years. It's not going to be just overnight and all of a sudden it's gone. It's going to be a slow...
Dismantling. Yes. And so, yeah, it was 10,000 years ago, roughly, that men discovered that women could be impregnated versus just become pregnant. Yeah, there's a book about it. I think it's called, like, Who Made the First Supper? Like, when our society was more matriarchal, women were thought of these, like, magical creatures who created life because we could...
I mean, we are. Absolutely.
We are, but then men figured out through agriculture. Once agriculture came about, men realised that it was the males impregnating the females. And then the power shifted, the power balance shifted. They realised that they had control over it. Or had, like, a degree of control over it. Obviously, they can't control the pregnancy and all of that, but they could at least initiate it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's still like you kind of still need to have the woman there to
it doesn't
initiate
matter.
with.
But it's still like we became like the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the rise of agriculture. That really fucked us over. It was those fucking grains, guys. Get those grains out of your diets. Get those seed oils out. They're killing your brain and your sperm and society.
No, that's the microplastics.
It's the microplastic. No, keep those. More microplastics because we love capitalism. But seed oils, absolutely not. Get on that beef tallow, grass fed. Yeah, get up to Byron Bay immediately. Cleanse your soul. Anyway.
What she said.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Nice.
So therapy, Jeff.
But one thing I wanted to mention specifically was back to like the website and everything.
Yep.
And rape culture in general.
Yep.
Is that there's a lot of men who don't realise they've raped women.
Oh, yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of men don't understand that coercion is rape.
Yes.
I saw a post on Dead Bedrooms the other day and this guy was talking about how his wife started crying after they had sex.
But not in a positive way, obviously.
No, not in a positive way, as in, like, she just gave in. Oh. And he was like, that was the breaking point for me. And people were like, you just raped your wife.
Eesh.
That's it. As in, like, she consented in name only. Like, she just went along with it, but she didn't want to. And obviously, like, was devastated after. Like, it hit her.
Yeah, it's only been somewhat recently that marital
rape has been made illegal. Yeah. And not everywhere.
No. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who still believe that that's fine.
Totally.
It's almost like, sort of going back to the MJ Graves story, it's sort of like, I own this woman.
Yep.
She is mine.
Yep.
You know.
That's my property.
Yeah, that's my property.
And that's what I use it for.
Exactly.
Yep, that's what I mean. Like, this website is very intentional and directed, but there's a lot of men who are doing that unintentionally and not realising it. Like, they're violating people's consent. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because consent really hasn't also been discussed until recently either.
It's really only in the past, like, 10 years, I want to say, that we kind of have made that a topic of conversation. Yeah. And there's still not a lot of education around it. No. It's up to you to kind of learn about it.
Yeah, I would agree. Because also... We definitely weren't. We weren't taught.
That was never a conversation that was brought up. And that's the thing,
you could say no. What?
That's it. No, I mean, like, people would say you can say no. Like, no means no. But the thing is, like, what about, like, the fawn response? Yeah. What about the freeze response?
Well, there's also the, like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, but, oh, like, come on, let's... And you're like, oh... Even that's a no. If someone's hesitant, that's a no.
That's it. If it's not an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. But the thing is, like, a lot of it is non-verbal.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I was watching a video and I think it was to sort of younger kids, like primary school. Like, this woman was pretending to be a kid. Yeah. And this guy was an adult. And he basically was like, oh, like, you know, let's have a hug. And she was acting all like, oh, like... Basically, her body language was saying, no, I don't want to. I, you know, very much like closed off body language. Yep. He was like, oh, come on. She's like, oh. And he's like, oh, no, like, you know. And then she's like, oh, like, okay. But still held herself closed. And so then they were like to the kids, you know, okay, so what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And all the kids were like, no. And so it was like, it was this way of them teaching by seeing it, you know, this is... No, she didn't want it. That's right. And this is a way to show them.
Yeah,
I thought that was amazing.
There are improvements happening, but it just needs to be, like, more widespread. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing is, so much of it comes down to families, not so much schools. Mm-hmm. It's up to families to teach their kids. I'm just going to say briefly on the Alex and Alex part that I think they're both bad.
Okay.
As in, like, Alix Earle is allegedly Republican, right wing.
Yeah, her dad's Republican.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been alleged that basically she hasn't come out and said anything because they're going to... Well, it was that Marcos video. I don't know if I sent it to you.
No.
Okay. Well, he made a video. He basically talked to people behind the scenes. And
oh, no, you did. Sorry, yes, you did.
Yeah, he talked to people behind the scenes and it was alleged that, like, the thing that Alex Cooper wasn't saying is that she left unwell, the network, because they interviewed Kamala Harris, but then refused to get like the Republican perspective.
Yes.
But like Alex Cooper is openly like a Democrat.
Yes.
Oh, I saw Rachel Lovely make a really great video about this. She was talking about how Alex Cooper is a shark. And if you look at her career, if you're familiar with her career, if you're not, too bad.
Barstools?
Yeah, Barstool Sports, but also the building of Call Her Daddy. I'm not going to get into that because it's too convoluted.
Yes.
But she is historically a shark. Specifically, like Alex Earle was already like a huge star on social media and signed her sort of at like not great deal. I think she got like a couple million, but the deal that Alex got to build this network was over 100 million.
Alex thought that she should get more.
Oh, Alex Earle.
Yeah, Alex Earle, sorry.
Alex Earle, yeah.
That's right.
Alex Earle thought that she should get more.
Because they're both Alex.
Alex Earle thought that she should get more, but Alex Cooper got that money because she signed talent like Alex Earle. It's like that they wouldn't have funded that network if she didn't have talent behind her. So that's the thing that Rachel Lovely was talking about. It's like Alex Cooper has understood that being the talent is not how you make money. You have to sign the talent. It's like that's how like you like rise above.
Yeah.
You get to the next level. But the point is that historically, if you look over Alex Cooper's life, like the way she conducts herself is not in a kind way. She's very business oriented. She's a capitalist.
Right. So she'll do whatever to get to where she has to go.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that's what Rachel Lovely was saying, that she's like the ends justify the means.
Right. Okay.
That's her entire approach.
Got it.
So it's like there's no winning team, really.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is that Alex Earle, seems like a nice person, but at the same time, like, has obviously made really terrible decisions, and like her family is very conservative, and that's not good in any way, shape or form, particularly now in America.
No.
Particularly now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Aligning yourself with that party is fucking crazy.
Yep.
But at the same time, Alex Earle does seem like people have so many lovely stories about her, like being really personable and kind one-on-one. Alex Cooper, I don't know if you saw that video. I don't know if I sent it to you. First interview that she did with Alex Earle, like she did an episode with her. She said the most fucking heinous things. She was talking about how like Alex Earle's first boyfriend that she was like in love with, that Alex Cooper previously like.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was kind of like making her seem like an idiot. Like, oh, I can't believe you dated this guy. Like, I wouldn't even like answer his calls.
Yeah, he's like so below me and like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't believe that you would pick this guy who's so below me.
And she even said like, I only was using him to get to his more interesting team members or whatever. And like, you said that about like that's so
hurtful, for one.
So hurtful, rude, and like you're trying to like put someone down.
Not necessary.
So unnecessary, but like specifically
it's like yeah, she's trying to put him down, but in the same way of thinking, she's putting her supposed friend down too.
That's what I mean. Like she was trying to assert herself over her.
Yes,
and it's like it's so insecure.
Yeah,
like if you have to do that, and also people were saying it's like, well, that's her manager, so like she can't like talk back. Yeah, like that's the person she just signed a contract with.
Yes.
Like, really like a huge power imbalance and like a big power play. And just like, like that's the kind of person she is. Yeah. You know, so it's like there is no winning team.
No.
In this fight.
No, it was real odd, to be honest. It was
gross. So basically we want to start like an agony aunt kind of thing.
Yeah.
But basically like obviously like we're small time now. But if you want to send in any questions.
Not for long.
Not for long, but for now we're small time, so we don't have like the audience to kind of support those questions.
Not yet.
So, if you do want to send in a question, by all means, go ahead. We actually got one recently and it was like, not something to be shared on the pod.
No, it was related to the Anwar White discussion.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. So anyway.
So agony aunt.
So we've searched Reddit.
I'm an aunt. Perfect.
Nice. I'm not. I don't have any siblings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I'm not
aunt in name.
I was going to say, like, if I ever had children, you could kind of be the aunt to them.
Well, I mean, I would expect them to call me auntie.
I mean, I would hope they would.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll get rid of them. What do you mean, not calling her aunt?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, rules.
Yeah.
Follow the rules.
Guys.
Yeah, what? What's going on? Okay, this is from the r/marriage subreddit.
Ooh.
Okay, so husband said he's on a work trip to NYC, received a notification on our kid's iPad he's actually going to Mexico. Trying my best to contain my emotions, currently 10 weeks pregnant with our second.
Oh, God.
He told me about this trip a few weeks ago. It wasn't out of the norm, so I didn't suspect anything. Okay. However, I found it very odd that he was very evasive about the flight time, even when he'll be returning. Never gave a straight answer, and he loves to throw out the "you're nagging" line when I dig deeper for a direct answer. I don't have access to his email or other personal accounts, so I'm limited to other ways to figure out what's going on. How do you recommend navigating this? Update, I was able to get into his email through our kid's iPad and found confirmation of an Airbnb stay that he booked. Update part 2, I FaceTimed him and confronted him. Video call was recorded. He was super dodgy about showing me the view from his hotel window and said he was tired. Told him to flip the camera and then he refused to show the actual window. That's it. So basically he lied and said that he was on a work trip to NYC and he went to Mexico. Yeah. And no remorse.
Wow.
What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts? Well, he's definitely withholding information.
Yep.
To be honest, you've been given pretty clear information. Like the Airbnb alone, to know that he's had accommodation that's aligns with the times, and the fact that he's being really cagey beforehand and during, I think says it all, really. If someone's not lying... Yeah, here's my view. Isn't it great? Isn't it awesome? Oh, I went to blah, blah, blah in New York City. I did blah, blah, blah. Isn't that wonderful? Like, had so much fun. Like, I miss you and the kids. Whatever, you know. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, they're being cagey. There's a reason.
Yep. So this is the kind of thing any man who dated me would be too scared to do. Yep.
100%. Oh my God. Don't even bother attempting.
No.
It's just save yourself a lot of pain and misery.
That's it. Because, like, this scenario, if it got to this stage, divorce. And that's best case.
Yes.
Worst case, I can't elaborate because I don't want this to be used against me in court.
Allegedly.
I would not take that well, shall we say.
Which, yep.
Yeah.
I think also the fact that she's 10 weeks pregnant as well. You know how much emotion there is behind it because you couldn't even say anything. Leant forward, said nothing. She's mad. I know.
That wouldn't stop me.
Yep.
Even if I was 9 months pregnant, I would not take that well. I would advise not coming back to the house.
Just
for his
stay.
own personal safety.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think also, like, it goes into women's intuition because she picked up he was being a bit shifty beforehand.
But this is the thing, like, this is one example, but it speaks to a pattern of behaviour because
Yeah.
it's never this.
No,
It's
there was things beforehand that maybe that's why she became so suspicious.
That's it.
There's been things and this could have been just like little micro moments, you know.
Just the fact that she said that he loves to throw out your nagging. Like...
Oh, as soon as they get to the end, nope. As soon as
No. That's not what that is. No.
As soon as they get nagging, as soon as they say that word,
Yeah.
you know
exactly where you stand. You know
Yes.
exactly how they view you.
Yes.
You know what, actually, on that note, did you hear about the latest Kristen Bell and, is it Kristen Bell? Dax Shepard update?
Yeah, no.
She said that she left out a post-it note one Saturday night, post-it note, and she was like, can you put these 2 towels away or something like that?
No.
They were in the dryer. Anyway.
No.
He waited until Monday night. He was totally normal.
No.
And then Monday night, when they were in bed, he was like, when you do that, I feel controlled.
Okay.
So...
Feels controlled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Feels controlled by a post-it note asking him to do
That's right.
what we would consider bare minimum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you've got stuff in the dryer, take it out, put it away.
Okay. Okay.
She's really, she's too controlling.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's obviously an abusive relationship, and I would recommend Dax get out because it's obviously out of control, and he's having his freedoms restricted, and it's just not on.
To be honest, I would definitely recommend Dax get out of that relationship for sure.
Yes. Yes. Save yourself, Dax.
Yes, Dax. Save yourself, Dax. 100%.
That's right. This is why I think it's...
Why did she stay with him? Like, what was...
Yeah,
Obviously, she's
anyone,
so controlling.
If you have an answer, guys, if you have an answer, please
let us know.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Okay.
Stockholm syndrome?
Maybe,
I don't know, bro. But I was going to say, this is why I think it's so important to learn how to build relationships and also be able to regulate your nervous system. Because this is the thing, like, you shouldn't have to get to the point where you're having to ask your partner to do things. You know, like, you shouldn't be instructing someone how to do things.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, they've been together for a while and they've got 2 kids as well. So
I'm talking about this story as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nagging in general. It's like, because that's what it is.
Yes.
The thing is, like, if you are having to do that, there's an issue.
Yes.
There's a much larger issue. There's a problem with the foundation of your relationship.
Yep.
There's a problem with your partner.
Yep.
That they have to be instructed.
Yep.
It should be collaborative, ideally, depending on the nature of your relationship, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, like, if
you have an understanding, that's completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. We support that.
Yeah.
But do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but if you have a partnership where you're allegedly trying to be equals, there shouldn't be one partner telling you, do this, now do this, now do this, please do this. And it shouldn't be like you having to beg the other person. It's like you've kind of got to work this stuff out early.
Because to be honest, it kind of sounds like a child, like you're talking to a kid.
Yeah.
Like, do your chores.
Yeah, essentially. And that's the thing, like, you shouldn't be mothering your partner.
No.
Who wants to date their mum?
Well, and who wants to date
Apart from Freud.
Oh, no, I can't say that one.
What?
I was going to say, who wants to date a child? And then I was like, no. What's with my brain?
I don't know. You're really on a losing streak right now.
You know what? Yeah. I think I've really hit my wall.
You've hit your wall.
I've hit my wall.
Okay, well, not long left, Megan.
No, that's fine. Keep going.
Yeah, no.
Good thing with editing, right?
Yeah, I'll save us. Obviously, in this dynamic, there's resentment, but there's also, like, there's a power divide. Yep. It's like you're asking me to do stuff that's beneath me. You know, it's like that's what nagging is. It's like I see this task as beneath me, and you're asking me
why
to do
you're
that.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly, because you're below me and it belongs to you. Yeah. So him pissing off and on this like secret trip, it's like he doesn't care.
Nope.
Because it's like he wants to get away from like this burden. Like, she won't stop nagging me. I'm trapped in this relationship. You know, life is so fucking hard. You know? Yeah. I've just got no empathy. No, none for these people. Sorry.
The men or the women?
The men.
The men.
But I think like both people are responsible for creating the dynamic.
So this is the am I an asshole one.
Oh, okay.
So am I the asshole for telling my friend to remove his mental illness from his resume to boost his chances of getting an interview?
No, you're not. NTA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a close friend of mine has bipolar disorder and he is religiously committed to his treatment. He takes his meds on time, never misses out on any of his therapy sessions. He also has an incredibly supportive family and a wonderful, accepting girlfriend. I think he's thriving in his personal life and his diagnosis is taken care of very well. Perfect. Anyway, he lost his job a while ago and has been applying ever since. He approached me with his resume so I could help him out because he was not scoring any interviews. At first I thought he was being hyperbolic, but he actually applied to more than 95 places over a span of 2 weeks and got no calls. He has plenty of experience, excellent reviews, and is more than qualified. So it was quite puzzling to me that he couldn't get any calls out of this massive exercise. But when I went through his resume, I found out that he had mentioned in it that he has bipolar and depression and that he is in treatment for it. That would explain his failure rates because the stigma attached to mental health, unfortunately. I would also assume probably it's America as well.
Yeah, America, yeah.
So
we'll come back to that.
Yes. So I told him that he should consider removing it from his resume. First of all, his mental health is his business alone.
There you go.
Second, he's being responsible enough by treating the condition for what it is, a health-related condition.
Yes.
He wouldn't be writing that he has asthma in his resume, for instance.
Yes.
He didn't have any objections, just that his girlfriend told him that he should embrace his disorder and not shy away from it.
Okay.
Still going.
Okay.
Later that night, his girlfriend texted me and politely told me that it wasn't right that I told him to remove it. It's a part of him and he shouldn't be hiding such things from potential employers. If they reject him for his diagnosis, they weren't fit to work out anyway. I put it across my perspective and she just asked me to stay out of it. So honestly, I'm not sure if what I said was correct. Am I the asshole? And basically everyone has said not the asshole. So, not surprised on that part.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I would agree with the friend that you shouldn't have it on there. So, a resume is basically to say like, hey, here's all my great things. Here's like the best parts of the job I've done. I'm wonderful at XYZ.
Yeah, and also your work experience.
Work experience, right?
Your relevant qualifications.
You say, like, maybe your hobbies, you like woodworking or creative.
Yeah, but a minor dot point.
Minor, right at the end, just to sort of say, like, this is a bit of, like, my very broad personality, you know.
Yeah.
So you never, ever put anything health-related on there.
No.
And also because we know, unfortunately, how...
discrimination works?
Thank you. Great word. How discrimination works, and especially mental health-related, where a lot of people are uneducated, and it's especially about bipolar. People don't really have a good understanding about it.
True.
So it is one of those things that if you're in therapy, you're taking medication, you're doing everything right, you're stable, you've got blah, 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 blah.
It's under control.
It's under control. There's not really any reason to. If you feel that if you do get a job and then eventually you feel comfortable enough speaking with your manager about it, that's a different story. But I definitely don't feel that you should put it on your resume at all.
Yeah. So, okay. Firstly, no, you're right. Nothing health-related should be on your CV. Mm-hmm. First, like, point blank period. That's not what that's for.
Yep.
That's literally your work experience.
Yep.
And you can put a hobby just to be like, hey, I'm a person.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have fun sometimes.
That's it.
Outside of work, not when I'm working, obviously.
A minor dot point. Nice. Yeah.
Am I being interviewed?
Lol. And also, like just the first round, 1 page.
Yep.
Like,
to be honest, they barely care about your work experience. They're just sort of
No.
like, have you got something similar? Cool, yes, no.
that's it. And also, like, a lot of them just put it through, like, a automation, whatever. They're just looking for keywords.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that. Like, you should be taking keywords from the job description.
It's basically like a game, really.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And so your health has absolutely no business being on there. It's completely inappropriate.
Yep.
Next thing, if it's something that will impact the job, that's when you would disclose it.
Totally.
And that would definitely be at an interview.
Yes.
If they asked, or like later on in your application or whatever. In Australia, specifically, they will specify, like, they'll have a question like, we have, like, a no discrimination policy, blah, blah, and they'll give you an opportunity to disclose if you have any, like, diagnoses that might be relevant or impact or accommodation that you might require.
Yes.
Like, for example, I recently applied for a job in sales, specifically, and I said that I have an autoimmune illness. I'm in restrict my diet, anaphylactic to food smells and stuff like that, so I can't wine and dine clients. That's just how it is. That might impact the job.
Yep.
I'm aware of that, so I disclose that for that specific job because that might be a requirement for the role, and then I'm not right for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's discrimination because, like, if I can't fulfill part of the tasks required, that's just like, I'm just the wrong choice.
Yeah.
And that's not something I would take personally, and I don't think it would even legally be qualified as discrimination because it's like, that's an accommodation they can't make. Yeah. Because that's the thing, like, most employers, particularly in Australia, like, if they can accommodate you, they will. Because it's like, they want the best person for the job, and it's like...
Yeah. And if you've got everything else, and it's just like this little autoimmune illness, if you've got this part that they can still make accommodations for, then why wouldn't they?
Exactly.
You know?
And that's like 90% of employers will do that.
Yeah.
In this case, that isn't something that would impact his work.
No.
Really.
No.
Like, if he's got it under control, it wouldn't even impact it, so I wouldn't disclose it at all, ever.
No.
Like, it's not relevant. It's your own personal business, and it's like, if you're, especially bipolar, that is so, it's just like chemicals in your brain.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's medicated, and so his levels are in balance, then it doesn't impact the job whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter if it's a part of you. He might have a passion for woodworking. They don't need to fucking know.
No.
It's his business.
It's work. It's pretty much like, well, allegedly 8 hours a day of paid labour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Could be more, could be less.
They just need to know about your ability to work and do the job.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. They don't really care too much about what you do in your private life, as long as it's obviously nothing untoward.
Nothing that would reflect poorly on the company.
Yes. And actually, that's the thing. I don't think they actually would care. It's more if it reflects badly on them.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So the idea of putting a health diagnosis on a CV is absolutely fucking insane. And I think his girlfriend is, like, well-intentioned, but also an idiot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Like,
I do.
You just don't understand the job market.
No, and it'd be interesting to understand maybe, like, her age, if she's a bit younger, or just, like, naive in general.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm just sort of thinking...
Maybe she's never had a job.
Maybe she's never... Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read that part about the girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, totally. I think embracing your mental illnesses and yourself as a whole, wonderful. But it's when it comes to work, it's a different story.
It's a different story, and, like... specifically in this context, there's a lot of stigma around bipolar.
100%.
So it's like, maybe if he got to know like his employer and like made friends at the workplace and stuff like that.
And felt comfortable then.
Yeah, like maybe if he had relationships established, he could like reveal that then later. If he felt comfortable. To be like, oh, hey, by the way, this entire time you've been working with someone with bipolar. And they'd be like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Could never tell.
Yeah, tell us all about it, maybe.
Yeah, because it's like you seem like such a normal, balanced person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the other thing. There is still so much stigma around, I mean, in this case, bipolar, because I don't think a lot of people understand. They just sort of think like it's, you know, they're really happy and then they're really sad, but it's not. It's
very different.
It's so different. Yeah. It's so complex and it's so different. It's
and
not...
like when it's out of control, life destroying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't have it under control, no need to put it on your job application. You'll never be able to hold a job down. Like if you go through a manic period, like that's it, you're done.
Yep.
So
no more job for you.
That's it.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good one because I know it also has about the illness. I mean,
True.
Granted, you know, not bipolar, but
no, different.
Yeah.
No stigma around MCAS because no one knows about it.
Actually, you know what? You have that going for you.
Yeah. So maybe let's get some stigma going, guys.
Yeah.
Get the name out there.
What's something about MCAS we can start a stigma about?
Fussy, difficult. Yeah.
I mean,
not by choice, but like, yeah.
No, definitely not by choice.
Time, but like mental illness is not a choice, and they're difficult
actually, that's
and like
also
unreliable stuff.
Fair.
So let's get that stigma going, guys. Get the name out there. MCAS.
Yeah.
MCAS. Spread the word.
You know what? Whenever I don't know if we ever do any sort of charity work like for MCAS specifically, that'd be cool. Because then we can be the people who get it. MCAS to be known so people can be aware of it.
Okay, so new Reddit thread.
Yeah.
So, am I the asshole for asking a family with a small child to keep it down on a red-eye flight? Do you know what a red-eye flight is?
It's like an overnight flight?
Overnight.
Yeah.
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 So...
Yeah, because I think it's like they always talk about like LA to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or, you know, anyway, yes.
Okay, so caught a red-eye flight overseas and was seated next to a couple with a small child who inexplicably didn't fall asleep till 2 a.m. my time. This kid kept on talking loudly in complete sentences to her parents, and as a finicky sleeper, I finally got fed up and said to her mother, "Can we please try and keep it down?" The mother responded, "Are you serious right now?" And I replied, "Yes, I am." They then proceeded to ignore me and let this kid talk loudly for another hour until they finally decided to conk out more than 3/4 through our flight. I think the sheer audacity and lack of consideration for other travellers is ridiculous, but am I missing something here? Babies, I understand. Kids with special needs, I understand. But kids who can engage in full, complete conversations, I'm failing to register why these parents can't ask their child to use indoor voice. But obviously I'm not a parent. So was it within reason for me to make such a request?
Wow.
What are your thoughts?
Wow. That's very interesting because have had a lot of friends and family that have children who have gone on the plane and they're so worried about being noisy, being disruptive. Like they're so concerned about it that they proactively take measures to you know, bring their favorite toys, bring iPads, whatever, you know, anything that's sort of their favorite. So then
they can distract them.
They distract them. Absolutely. Yeah. And so I can understand where that guy's coming from, that if you've, and especially a red-eye flight as well, if it's an overnight flight, it's a bit different if it was during the day, but if it's an overnight flight, it's...
People are there to sleep. And
I definitely would agree he wouldn't be the only one who's probably having issues with it either.
No.
So it is real concerning that these parents, obviously we don't know their perspective, obviously, but it's very suspect that they didn't
try to quiet the child.
Try to quiet the child, yeah.
One thing some of the comments were saying is just because the child is talking in full sentences, you don't know if they're special needs or not.
No.
You have no idea.
No.
So I understand.
That's true.
I understand that perspective. I guess the thing is like he didn't witness the parents trying anything to try and like subdue the child.
That's a good point.
That's the only thing I can make my comment based on.
Yeah.
Like I guess the thing is I always think of European kids versus American kids and versus Australian kids.
Yep.
Like as a child, especially because I was an only child, I was often the only kid in adult settings, and I learned how to behave myself from a young age.
Yeah, you learn very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. But like you learn like you don't just like talk loudly and stuff and interrupt people and just do your own thing.
Yeah,
like you have to learn how to behave yourself.
Mom.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing, like kids in Europe generally are included in adult settings and they behave themselves.
Yeah.
Like they don't run around restaurants like doing laps and stuff like that. They don't need an iPad in front of them.
Also
they don't need
because
to be
they've
distracted.
been exposed to that before, so it's not a brand new experience.
That's the thing. So like I don't know if this kid, like how old they were, if they've been on a flight before, etc., etc. We don't have any of that context. Yeah. But the thing is that children can be taught how to behave. Yeah. The thing is like it happens in real time.
Yeah.
Like you have to parent them. They have to learn somehow. Yeah. And I guess he didn't see any obvious displays of them trying to like parent the child and kind of teach them like, hey, that's not how you behave on this flight. Yeah. And obviously, like, you don't know if the child has any learning disabilities or whatever.
Of course.
So it's like, you know, but I don't think him asking like, hey, I think maybe the way he phrased it, like, can you keep it down or whatever, he should have been like, hey, look, I'm trying to sleep, do you mind? Or something like, phrasing it like a really gentle way, because I'm sure like maybe the parents were under a lot of stress.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, it is stressful having a child be loud on this flight, etc.
Totally.
You know? So, like, you don't know what they were going through. So I would approach it very gently.
Yeah.
But I don't think asking for a bit of quiet on a flight when you're trying to sleep, I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think you just need to approach it with tact.
It is very interesting, though, that obviously they would have been in the same time zone. So they would have, the kid...
Oh, potentially.
Well, I'm just sort of...
It could have been flying. It could have been connecting.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I'm sort of thinking that, like, you know, if they were both... Say it was LA, so they were both in that same time zone, that the kid also wasn't just tired themselves and just wanted to sleep.
Oh, but also, like, it's adrenaline, like, they're in a different environment.
Yeah,
they could have been hyped up,
true,
you know?
and also being on a plane, it's different. It's
exactly,
new, it's guiding, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
All
so you don't
above.
know.
So sort of give the parents benefit of the doubt, however.
I think, like, you can ask for quiet, but I think you just need to approach it gently.
Yeah.
And also, hey, maybe talk to the flight attendant.
Yeah.
Be like,
actually, yeah, because the flight attendant has probably gone through this before.
For sure.
So they would know.
The only thing I would say is also, like, if you're going on flight, whether it's a red eye or not, I think expecting to sleep and expecting peace and quiet and everything is an unrealistic expectation. So, like...
Yeah. You're in a big old steel metal tube in the middle of in the air, so...
Yeah.
With hundreds of strangers, so...
Yeah.
You know, unless you've gotten... You know, the Emirates, like, first class, and you've got, like, your own little cabin with your shower and everything.
True.
You're going to be in the noise.
Well, the thing is also, it's like, it's not your environment. Like, you don't have a control over it. It's a public space.
Yes.
You have to accept that you don't have control over your space.
Totally.
And there might be noise.
100%.
So even if you're tired, like, you might be, like, you can't expect or feel entitled to peace and quiet in a public space.
Yeah, I think personally, every time I've flown, I've understood it's going to be miserable at best.
Well, it depends.
Well, I mean, not necessarily in regards to the people, just the fact that I've got a seat that's tiny, that doesn't recline. Barely reclines. You know, you've got a very limited amount of space. Like, my legs always get swollen.
Oh.
I'm dealing with that issue. It's just dry. It's, ugh.
Oh,
the food's horrible. Bathrooms are disgusting.
The bathrooms are disgusting.
Ugh.
It's the air. Apparently the air quality used to be way better when they had smoking on there, because they used to have to, like, empty the cabin every, like, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now they don't do that. The air's recycled and it's disgusting.
Yep, yeah, I would agree.
Fresh air. Miss those days.
Yeah, well, I mean...
But now they cut costs.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that Reddit section. I think it was interesting.
Please let us know.
Yeah, if you see any interesting, like, firstly, like, if you have any questions, send them in.
Yes.
fingerscrossedpodcast@gmail.com.
Love to hear them.
Or otherwise, if you see any interesting Reddit threads or whatever that you want to send our way, tag us, let us know.
We are the agony aunts.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think, like, there's good stuff on there. I love Reddit, personally.
Yeah, I find it really interesting, the discussions that people can have.
Yeah, that could be really interesting discussions.
Yeah.
They could be really shit.
Agreed.
It could be a lot of bullshit on Reddit.
Yeah.
But some of them are like, you learn stuff on there and you're like, just like, wow.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, anyway, thanks for joining us. And yeah, if you haven't liked, subscribed, followed, rated us 5 stars, all that stuff, would appreciate if you could do that.
Please do.
Okay, well, anyway, thanks for joining us and we'll see you next week. Bye. Miss you. Love you.